Hey y'all, it's Brett and I am back with another tip. So today I want to give y'all 5 things that you should be asking the wedding venue before you go tour. So today's video is for those of you who have not started touring venues, you haven't booked your venue yet, and you are wondering, what should I be asking before I actually go in for my tour? We get a lot of brides who come in and tour and save their questions for the tour, which is totally fine. We're happy to answer your questions at that time. But there are a few things that you should really be asking before you actually schedule that tour appointment, because some of them are going to be deal breakers and you don't want to waste your time touring a venue only to find out that they don't hold your guest count or they don't have your date available, something like that. So these are 5 questions that you should be asking the venue before you schedule that appointment. Thing number 1 is date availability. If you have a specific date that is so important to you, then you need to make sure that you are asking if they have that date available. Also, not just one specific date, but if you are determined to have a Saturday wedding in October or March, you need to ask if they have any Saturdays available. For example, we are already completely booked up for the spring of 2024 and almost the fall as well of Saturdays. So be sure that you are asking, do you have any availability for me before I schedule that appointment? And then if you're flexible on days of the week, then that is great. You're probably going to find a little bit more availability. Number 2 is going to be guest count. Not just finding out if they can hold your guest count, but also, is the place going to be too big? For example, if you have a 50-person wedding, but the venue can hold 800 people, you're going to look really washed out. And so you're definitely not going to want to get married at a place like that unless they can put up partitions or something. You don't want the room to look too empty, because then you're going to spend a lot of money trying to fill the room with decor, floral, things like that. Find a space that you kind of fit in that middle range in. So not just finding out if the guest count is too small or too big, and making sure that the venue is going to be a good fit for your size wedding. Number 3 is going to be deposit. How much of a deposit do they require for you to book and secure a date? Finding out that information is really important, so that way you can financially prepare for that appointment. You don't want to go tour a venue knowing that they have your date available, but you don't have the deposit and you won't have it for another month or 2, because then by that point, that date's probably not going to be available anymore. So wait to tour until you have that deposit amount secured in your account, so that way whenever you tour and you love a venue, you are financially prepared to save the date. And number 4 is going to be price of the venue. Again, you don't want to go tour a venue that's $20,000 if you only have a $20,000 budget for the entire wedding. That's going to waste your time a little bit. So make sure that you are asking the price of the venue, seeing do they have any packages that can work with your budget, finding out, well, maybe you wanted a Saturday, but you find out that a Friday's cheaper. Would you be willing to go with that Friday to save a little bit of money? Also finding out what's included in that price. So that way you're not comparing apples and oranges, you're comparing apples and apples. If one venue tells you that they are $5,000 and another one tells you that they're also $5,000, but this venue includes linen, centerpieces, a venue attendant, and this one literally includes nothing, not even tables and chairs, well, then you're going to spend a lot of money at this $5,000 venue just to add on the things that this one already included. So making sure that you're not only asking price, but you're asking what's included in that price, because that is going to be key. And then my last thing for you to be asking is anything that is important to you. So if it is very important for you to be able to supply your own alcohol, or if it is important for your grandma to cook the dinner, or if it's important for you to have your dog as part of the ceremony, anything that is truly important to you and that you know is a deal breaker for your wedding, ask before you tour. Because if the venue doesn't allow dogs and you know you really want Muffin in the ceremony, well, then you don't need to go tour that venue. So make sure that you're asking any important questions right up front. Once you get those 5 things already talked about, then you can schedule that tour going in knowing that they are a good fit for you, and then you can see if you just like the venue aesthetics. I hope that this video helped you out, and I will see y'all next time. Bye guys.